kid, I hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Bass!
Oh, hey, who'd you talk to? Honestly, for the first time, I could say, what's going on? There was this big project thing that was just up on the screen. Anybody see it other than me? This is the second time I've now questioned my sanity. It's me. It's me. It's Mike Leopard King Michael. This is legit paranormal clips brought to you by legit podcast.com. It is June 6th, 2023. I'm not even going to try anymore for the Math Geeks. Because I just keep coming up short. Doesn't work out. It's not worth doing. Actually, I can go 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 3 is 1. 1 on both sides. So I just did it, actually, buddy. Joining me as always, buddy. Holy Christ, you get too
what
close.
Is this?
I don't have much of you.
I don't like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, here we go.
That was. You know what?
All right, introduce me again.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Introduce again, buddy. Money Thayer. That's good timing. Good timing.
Good evening, Mike. How are we doing tonight, dude?
I'm doing. You know what, dude? I thrive with technical difficulties.
Oh, of course, we do our best work.
TDs.
Best work.
Not STDs. Well. Difference. Right. I'm excited for a night of clips. Different things.
We get some good clips, Mike.
Yeah. Let's hope. Let's hope that with
go smoothly, Mike.
Let's hope you got more RAM for your Commodore 64.
Oh, my own. I don't know, dude. It's going to be an interesting evening.
Hey, but buddy, it is a special day though, because joining us, it's a birthday. Sarah. Parah Normal. What's up, Sarah?
What's up, Creature Feature? How's it going?
Good. I'm going good. What are you doing, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks for the birthday intro.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
It was. I gotta be honest. The technical difficulties we were having pre-show, I get excited with those. I was actually starting to laugh because I was like, "Oh my god, I'm enjoying this!" Like in a weird, sick, twisted way. I was like, "Because, dude, I was hearing double of Buddy, but right. Spaced out by like a second or so. So it was making words I've never heard the English language say, and his voice was doing it.
I'm glad you had fun because I'm sweating like my makeup is melting.
Yeah, no, you're fine, buddy. Would you like to introduce the guest?
Mike, I would love to introduce our guest. We actually have a new guest and we have a returning guest, and they're like together. They're like little double feature.
Peanut butter jelly. I get it.
Peanut butter and jelly, right? From the East Coast, from the land of the Giants, from the lovely state of New Jersey, like your Giants, Mike. Ron Yacovetti, ITC specialist, and our good friend out there from Arizona. He what is it?
Come on.
I don't know. Tony Rathman. Welcome back to the show, Tony. No insulting mediums tonight. Welcome back.
How did Buddy, Tony, why didn't Buddy give you like an intro? He just balked. He was like, Tony Rathman.
It's not his fault. I was trying to get hooked up to the neighbor's satellite dish and it just wasn't working.
Nice.
With your pager.
Right.
Yeah, what is going on with the lack of technology in the room tonight? Like I'm being serious. It's downright depressing. Sarah actually has more technology in the room right now, I think, than all of us together. Am I right?
Yeah, and I'm not using any of it because I didn't get it set up right. You called it.
Sarah, this is Tony and Ron, guys.
How you doing, Sarah?
Hey,
Sarah.
Ron, Ron
Okay.
knows my good teammate Haiti and Mikey.
Everybody.
Yep.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, they were up in these parts when I first met them in New Jersey, so we got to investigate with them quite a bit. They're awesome people. You in the state of Florida are fortunate to have them. We
we're
miss
so
them.
lucky. Yeah, you can't have them back, especially Haiti. She's mine now.
Buddy, why did you wave?
I just wait just because I'm, there's people out there. It's like, hey, it's Money Thayer. I'm like,
No, but I didn't say your name. I was like, hey, Sarah, Ron, Tony.
You have to wave like this.
And
Anyway.
buddy, as they're waving to each other, you went like this. That was good. I don't know why you're waving. I'm trying to figure out why everybody's waving. What's
I
going
like
on?
the kid at the parade. I don't know. I'm just waving at everybody, Mike.
So Ron, we've never met.
Yes, sir.
And Buddy's introduction of you didn't shed much light on the subject. I mean, we don't pay him for that though, so that's kind of how it is. We're okay with that. No, I'm kidding. So what we like to do on this show is we like to play the clips. Tony knows this. They're the course. Tony knows this. And then we like to discuss what we see first, and then we kind of sound stupid, and someone tells us, well, I sound stupid, and then we get corrected. It's better that way. It's better than we watch it and then we hear someone describe it. Let's see what we think, and then we might stop occasionally. So, all right, buddy, what do you want to do first?
So I have a bevy of clips that I have to share a screen because my technology, like always, is a little lacking this evening. Hi, how's it going? I'm gonna do a little share screen action, and the first one I gotta play. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. The first one I'm going to play is okay. Here we go. This is a what?
Oh.
This is like a promo for your. Oh my god.
No, the promo is, I think is that one. I would hold that one to last, but this one was recorded here within the last 2 weeks.
Okay, so this is actually evidence. Okay. Okay, here we go. Your instrument bad connection. Here we go.
Maybe you're trying to connect. Yes, this is doing that.
I'll let it play out for a minute.
If that's you trying to connect to Tony and Sheree, please keep doing your thing then.
What happened here? What happened?
Oh wow.
Sorry about that.
So hold on, buddy, because you're gonna have to rewind. You're gonna have to be there to rewind. So I'm not in control of your computer. Thank God.
Yeah.
God. I don't want to know. Never want to see it. By the way, I heard. I thought I heard. I cut it, or I want to cut you. I don't know. Maybe if it's just me being me, and that's what I like to hear. But I could have swore I heard it. I want to cut you before they put up the words at the end. Play it again. Play it.
Okay.
Go back, please.
This clip, by the way, is incidentally to stay on theme with how you were talking at the beginning. This was a technical problem that I had to correct. That's why it sounds choppy like a helicopter in the beginning. Then when it gets smooth, that's when I fixed it.
Nice. Here we go.
No, I'm thinking though. What I heard something that's in a different spot.
There might be something in the choppy part. You might be right.
What happened here? What happened?
Gotcha. What is that sound then? Buddy, go back. Buddy.
Yep.
Go back. Are you on your computer or are you leaning back? I can't figure out what you're doing now. There he is.
What happened here? What happened? Sorry about that.
Do you want me to keep playing or no?
No. Because I asked you before. You either learn from my wife how to completely block my voice out, or maybe you might have been falling asleep. I don't know. I'm not going to say which one, but either one. In the very all right, the cut you,
The beginning, right?
yes, the cut you. What is that? What is that noise? Who is saying that then? What is that? Like I can't get past that. That's the beginning of it. And if someone says I'm going to cut you, that's the first. What is that noise?
In the very beginning, it was supposed to be the way it was in the end when the words came up, but it was. I updated a component and I was getting an echo, kind of a looping, choppy, pulsating sound. So there could have been voices coming through at that time, but they weren't discernible because it was too choppy. So I fixed it, finally, rebooted it, and then came back on. And then the first thing I asked was what happened. And then they described it and they said you had pulsating beats. The connection was bad. But during the pulsating, you may have heard stuff. I didn't really go through that part for words because it was very, it was too muddy, in my opinion, to try to extract anything that would be viable evidence from that much distortion.
I'm talking about in the beginning of this. Sorry, are you following me? What I'm saying, where it is?
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm here. Like you're saying, cut it. It could be got it. It could, it's. But I understand what Ron's saying. Why he doesn't want to use it, which I appreciate, because it could also be the machine. Possibly. But it sounds like got it to me.
You might be right. That was my point, though, is that you may have caught something that was capable of a trained ear, because the beginning part was choppy. So I didn't listen for anything. I didn't feel there would be quality evidence in there because it would be very distracting with the pulsating. But there could be something in there, and you may have picked something up on that. So,
but because buddy, just play the beginning and get ready for what I'm hearing as cut you. But
Right.
it could be got you.
Maybe you're trying to connect.
I'll let it play out for a minute.
That's you trying to connect to Tony and Sheree. Please keep doing your thing then.
Right there.
yeah.
Right there.
You might be right. But it's so laden with echo.
Right.
Yeah.
But
I'm
good
just saying,
catch.
like, if there's nobody talking right there, then that's something speaking in something. Like, that's definitely some sound clip, something, right? We'll agree that there's a noise there. Let's all agree that we hear a noise there, right? It could be
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna lose my mind tonight. All right, now I can move on to the rest. I couldn't get past that because I'm like, did he just say cut you, and we just went right past that? Like, all right.
You want me to continue from there, Mike? There we go.
No, go back a little bit, actually, buddy. He's not listening to a word I'm saying. This is a lot.
I can.
What happened to you? What happened to Sorry about that.
All right, so that was like Tron just telling you that the pulsating beats, like that was like dead on, right?
Mhm.
That's let's actually, we're not talking to them. Sorry, guys. So what I heard, guys, was that was a dead on Tron type voice, like really authentic. But I almost feel like the Kutcha would fall in line with the exact same topic that the Tron voice, and I don't mean to keep calling it the Tron voice, the robotic voice sounds like.
Yeah,
What
it's
they're
synthesized.
saying, and what they're both basically saying. One saying that the thing didn't work or whatever. One saying, "Oh, you can take Kutcha, I guess, how you want." But I'm weird. I agree. But Sarah, Paranormal, do you see a connection at all in those two statements?
I mean, I don't think there's necessarily needs to be a connection. If the spirit's talking, obviously the spirit knew they were having technical problems, which is funny because, I mean, that's just crazy. That was so clear of an entire sentence.
Yeah, but my point is,
Ron questions, but
Wait, guys, can they use different voices though? Like, in other words, if he's having technical problems, couldn't it come through as different voices, but like in different spurts? So it sounds like the cut you, but then it gets to say, you know, really more in detail, like how the thing went out.
Sometimes the vocal tones are different. We don't know if that has to do with amplitude and pitch based on how they're coming through. We know they're not using the larynx like we have. Those two moments were separated by probably 15 or 20 minutes because by the time I figured out what was wrong and rebooted it and I came back up, then I asked to see if they would, because it could have been technical that was caused by them coming through. Who knows? So I asked. I thought it was on my side, and then they confirmed it. So there may or may not be continuity between those two messages, but because of the time in between fixing it, it would be, for me, a little bit of a stretch to try to connect the two moments unless there was something definitive.
oh yeah.
I don't.
But yeah, and
I don't
that's
know why
and then you guys have had Tony on before with direct radio voice and now what we call Staticom because we took the radio out. That's pure white noise. So even the cut you part or that whole thing, which was a very clear sentence, that's pure white noise. There's no vocals whatsoever. It's not sweeping. It's not scanning. It's not receiving or recording. It's just white noise.
Yes.
But nothing should be there.
There should be no voices there at all.
Correct.
Yeah. So all right. So
That's great, guys. It's just a white noise generator. Basically, you could use any form of white noise generator, and that's basically all. Are you running through a computer while you're doing it, or is it just playing and you're just recording?
It's running through the computer. We took ITC was created by a physicist in Germany named Ernst Sinkowski to differentiate between EVP, which is record and review, and real-time dialogue with Spirit. So Lourdes and I, and then Tony and Sri are on board with the same concept, thought if we're supposed to dialogue with Spirit in real time, why would we wait until later on to put stuff through software, denoise it, slow it down, clear it up, when we should do that in real time because that's when the dialogue can happen and only when it can happen. So we're running the review portion of the software in the moment of contact.
You know what? Two people in a row saying they hear "touch it" makes me think of the Saturday Night Live skit. It was much better than Cats. You know, whatever that, when they were hypnotized by the great like they both said the same thing. Touch it, right? What? I didn't hear "touch it," but okay. I agree. It's pretty good. Like that's and then the last part is it's either one of you guys took the time to record those lines as a robot, or you picked it up somehow with this white noise machine, right? There's only two ways that kind of happened. So, yeah, I'm with the white noise thing. I think I don't know.
Guys, let me just say, as an investigator, hearing like you'll often get sentences, but it's never that. Every word is never that clear. You can always like pick one or two words out of that it sounds like. But I've never gotten such a clear, like multiple worded sentence like that. It's just like identifiable. You know exactly what they're saying.
That's the difference between Staticom and Spirit boxes. Is the Spirit boxes were great. You know, kudos to Frank Sumption on creating that device. But what we learned through our research is it is not the rearrangement of fragments of radio that spirits use. In fact, we believe that cuts their sentences off because there's a brevity to what can be communicated through spirit boxes. We don't have that brevity any longer with Staticom.
Totally agree with that. Because, I mean, we're not using this, but we're using the Gansfeld in every single investigation now. And it's just so much better. And this just adds the extra layer that the entire team can dialogue with the software that they're using. It's just incredible.
Okay,
yeah, but we think it's the white noise. Even if you notice on a spirit box, and my girlfriend Lourdes had pointed this out before, and Tony confirmed it through his research, was a lot of vocals in a spirit box will come in either at a decibel level that sounds lower or softer than the sweep, or the broadcast tone, or above it, where it almost replaces the sweep. It may intersect at times, but by design, it doesn't go there. So they're not manipulating the fragments of sound. They're using what's called stochastic resonance, which is whatever signal frequency they come in at resonates with just one frequency in that white noise. Just one. Those two get louder, but the rest of the white noise doesn't. So you have a greater signal to noise ratio, which makes what was not discernible now detectable, and that's what we think they do. So that, to speak to what Tony said brilliantly, you have the brevity to the messages with the ghost box because of the sweep is cutting off the access to the white noise. They may be longer messages on the ghost boxes than they're actually hearing, but the fact that it's cycling might be what's keeping it truncated and short.
That's
But
awesome.
see, all right, I'm sitting here and I've got this odd giggle to me. It's not really discernible either. But what's funny to me is that so people everywhere have been using guitar amps, spirit boxes.
Yep.
And this whole time they've been using something that would make what a spirit is trying to say skip. That's
or short. Well, here's what happened.
There's a funny to that this whole time they've been using the wrong thing, and it's purposely been making these ghosts skip and spirits, and that's pretty funny in a weird way. Like this whole time, it's our fault where we've been.
But I don't think it was determined to be the wrong way, because let's face it, spirit boxes were the introduction to the fact that you could get intelligent communication through a radio. Mm-hmm. All we did was, because of the low-hanging fruit of skeptics, scientists saying, well, you're picking up stray radio waves, was remove the radio to take away that low-hanging fruit. Mm-hmm. White noise is made up of three components: energy, frequency, and vibration. And those three components are also what Nikola Tesla said: if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. Well, it just so happened that white noise, being those three components, those are where the voices, we believe, lie, in the white noise.
And Tony's right too. What happened, Mike? I'll tell you what happened. The direct radio voice, which is what Staticom is, just we took the radio out for what Tony just explained for the low-hanging fruit part of it. But direct radio voice predates the Frank's box or any spirit boxes in Europe. But in America, where paranormal stuff caught on through media and television, the sweeping ghost box was their introduction to spirit communication in real time. So that's what took root. If you look back in our country historically, Betamax videotape was better than VHS, but the one that took off commercially is the one that succeeded. That's the same thing here. I don't think, I think Tony was right. I don't think it's the wrong thing. I don't think they realized the method was chopping messages off, possibly, because it does work. When something works, you don't realize the potential you haven't achieved yet, that there's actually more you could reach when you're already getting a level of success. I think that's what happened with that. What Lourdes and I did, and then brought Tony and Cherie on board to do, which was the best choice we'd ever made with this, was we took an old method that was lost. It was a lost art to take back direct radio voice. And I had seen what they had achieved with long dialogue, and I couldn't believe nobody was doing it. So I was like, all right, we're going to try this. We're going to sit in front of static for a little while, and that's going to be our life.
But correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the Frank's box originally designed to contact extraterrestrials?
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Right.
That was his target audience, yes.
Maybe, it's still useful, but just not for the same. Obviously, these different types of intelligences are going to communicate very differently.
Yeah. The other thing that Tony mentioned about the low-hanging fruit of the skeptic or cynic people, the other reason why this method we prefer, besides the efficacy of it, is the fact that academics will look at the spirit box as illegitimate ITC. I don't agree, because I think if you get something that has timing and relevance, it counts.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they feel like, there's a distractibility for false positives with all the phonetics and stuff you're listening to. Mm-hmm. And if the building blocks, the allophones and phonemes of our language need to be in a certain place at a certain time to form specific words, then by making them use that as the methodology, you're taking free will from them. So for that reason, they think it's not legitimate. But we think it's the white noise, and it's just not as effective as using just the white noise.
All right, so check me out on this. Here's what I got from all that. I took some notes.
Cool.
First off, if you guys at one point told me you were selling white noise, I wouldn't be shocked, because you've done so much to promote white noise right now. I keep thinking you're going to have a can of white noise, and that's going to be something that you're going to make me get for like $19.95 a month, and I'm going to have to get it because everyone needs it now. That's how good you guys did. Secondly, buddy, I felt like Sarah threw up a softball and almost pitched him an infomercial type question.
You did, Mike.
Doesn't
She's
the thing go back and date the thing? Because I know he knew the answer. He couldn't wait. It was like if I went, hey, buddy, why is it that when I painted your beard with the painting you made me paint, and your beard is red, there wasn't a single color of red in the paint? It was all oranges and yellows, and yellows. But you call it a red beard. It's not. All right. And then the beta versus the VHS is easy.
Mm-hmm.
The betas were too damn big.
Yeah.
They made them. That was just dumbness. You get so all that kind of stuff. Those comparisons are always taking into account just human stupidity too. I mean, there's brilliance on how someone, but then there's a little bit of stupidity there too because someone didn't see it. I can understand why though taking out the radio part makes a ton of sense because it to me that's what never made sense was the skipping of the channels. Like I've heard stuff that we've played here, right? But the whole skipping of the channels always seemed like a great way to get a quick clip of them. Like the goal never seemed like it was to get a conversation or a full sentence, right, buddy? Like it wasn't like you guys. I know you guys weren't fishing.
One-word answers, yeah.
You weren't fishing in the ocean. You were kind of near not in a pond. I'm saying like closer to the
Sometimes just trying to get a word that would correlate with what you were talking about.
Right.
Exactly.
Or get a word like that wouldn't come through on the radio, like fuck. Like you wouldn't hear that on the radio, but yet sometimes you get that. So things like that, yeah.
And buddy, if you'd like to know more on why you can't say stuff like that, HR on Tuesday at 11:30. Don't park in the front, guys. I'm sorry. Who was next?
I mean, if you sweep AM backwards, which I tend to, it's mostly static anyway. So this is just cutting that out. I'm wondering how someone's going to take cheap white noise machines from Amazon and put like ghost something on it and charge $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else. Guys patenting this?
No. I mean, before we even went to white noise generators, I mean, I recorded fans running. I recorded water running. I put microphones out the car window when we drove. And guess what? I could pull voices from each and every one. The difference is a white noise generator, all the volumes are at a constant. Whereas recording out a car, if another car passes you, that constant isn't there, which makes it much more difficult to pull the voices.
Yeah.
All right. Before we hear the next clip, buddy, here's the official take so far, right? Ron could probably sell me almost anything.
Right.
And I'm fearful that Tony could get inside my computer at home. Just erase everything. That's what he wants. So I'll be honest. I might be biased on my next take on the videos just because I felt the squeeze there because that was like a good 10 minutes of solid information. That was like you have to know that stuff. You can't be guessing.
Yeah.
It's not literally like that. That was good.
I appreciate it.
So, Ron, are you in sales?
Yeah, you know what? I am in inside sales, so I'm not really like selling, but I try to make it my business to know as much about this stuff as possible, especially I am much more of a philosopher and a satirist in ITC than most people would be circuits and electronics, because that's the framework within which we present and hope that people accept. So that's the paradigm shift comes from philosophy more. There's plenty of evidence out there to show that there's something to all this. So I try to learn as much as I possibly can about all this stuff, the history of it, how it works. We've tested different theories. I study consciousness heavily because ultimately, if we think we're talking to spirits, we think we're talking to consciousness. If it's residual, that's sensory input, just like looking at red paint or listening to a radio station. That's not intelligent. But the intelligent part of it is we believe consciousness. So as I keep trying to, and Tony, the same thing, we learn from each other. We try to learn as much as we can to figure out what exactly is going on.
Can I tell you, it's refreshing to know that you got a philosophy degree and you went on to that field because, buddy, Phillips, Phillips.
Yes.
He's got a degree in philosophy.
You don't say.
Yeah, he ended up being he's a swim coach. He's a swim coach. Like
that's
so
my
many people,
degree as well.
Did Tony? Did you use it?
My degree's in philosophy as well.
All right, so then you did use it. All right.
Oh, you
Actually,
bet.
mine's in communications, but I spent a lot of it in studying philosophy stuff, and I have a background as actually a stand-up comic, which is satire is a school of philosophy in and of itself that looks for inconsistency and hypocrisy. Which, if you look at the people who swing judgments at ITC, they are chock full of that stuff. So it comes in handy.
Well, then you're going to know how much I just appreciated you giving the definition for satire. That's great. That was good because the way you broke that down, like, because I know people missed it when you said it the first time in the other form of the word. I guarantee they did not get it. So you actually explaining that. See, I speak for the dumb. I don't know if I explained that already, but I really do. Like, in other words, I know when I hear certain stuff that's going to be thought of as like, or whatever. So I just say it because I know somebody dumb might say it just in case. Buddy, what do you get next?
All right, Mike. This is the Staticom, the Thai Staticom Volume 2, it looks like, or V2. So there we go.
Oh, the ties. That was a group that hosted the event for us.
Nice.
I heard yes.
What town did you live in?
Oh, what did you say?
Oh!
What did you mean?
Wow.
All right, hey, thanks, buddy. All right, guy. Buddy.
Yep.
Did you pause? That was because we just heard something. Did you hear
We
it?
did. We hit
Yeah.
a few things, Mike.
Yes. Go back a little
All
bit.
right, yeah.
Go a little back. Hit the rewind button on the computer. There you go. Oh, that was awesome. Stop there. First off, love the bar. I love the green.
Yeah, it's cool, right? Nice place, New Jersey.
God damn, love it. Love that
Make
style
it
of
better.
bar, man. Big fan. And plus, they're ready for spilled drinks. That's exactly how a bar should be. It's true. Like that's how you're supposed to put down a bar. So all right, I definitely heard that city name or whatever were there.
Signac, yeah.
Ron, stay out of this part right now. We're trying to make the wrong assumptions. Please. How are you going to correct me already? I got to make the wrong thing first here. All right. Minus what Ron, try to like take what Ron said off the record if you can do that, which I don't think is even possible. I don't know why they ask people to do that, but go back to it. Was it a city? It was a city. Am I correct?
Yeah, town,
Sarah?
city. Yeah.
Ron, did you talk again? Gosh, darn it, Ron. He did it again. Sarah, what was it?
It was the city. But see, the thing is, Mike, this isn't your format's not going to, because this evidence is so good, you can't even come up with a stupid explanation.
What city is it?
It was Signac, right?
Signac.
Okay,
Correct.
where is that? I'm asking you guys
It
before they
looked
say.
like New Jersey.
Okay, thank you. Did not know that. Never heard. By the way, never heard of Signac. My
I mean,
bad.
there was a map.
Never been.
Either.
Never said let's get the family in the van. We're going to Signac. No offense to Signac. Sarah, just in case you're sticking up for Signac, you're repping Signac.
Oh my God.
East side. Buddy, go ahead, play the rest of the thing. But
All right, there we go.
Let's go back to what we heard.
I heard yes.
What town did you live in?
Oh, what did you say?
Oh!
What did you mean?
Hey, stop it there really quick. Buddy. So, who are in the room? Like, who are the two women? Because it's two women that explode with the same time, right? Bless you, buddy. Bless you, twice.
Bless you.
Cute.
It's the picture with the four of us standing together. The two women in the middle were the ones that went whoa, and also probably that's Lourdes with the red hat. We had never heard of Signac before. It's a little subdivision of that town.
You
That was
should've
the
heard of it.
correct answer. We didn't hear of it either. Yeah, we live close to it, so that's why I was laughing when you said you didn't heard of it. I hadn't either.
There you
But
go.
they all
Sarah,
said, "Wow."
Sarah knows it well. Sarah apparently knows it very well, and thinks we should all know it too. So I'm going to learn
so Jersey.
after this.
Clearly.
So the fact that they both reacted at the same time is to me always such a great thing to get. Like when you get a double reaction on any kind of like evidence type thing like that, it holds more. I want to say water, but more weight. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, Sarah, to you?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more focused on the part before where they asked, "You want to go home?" and it said yes, and that made me sad. That didn't make you guys sad?
No.
Okay, well.
No, it didn't make me sad because I mean, no, I'll be honest.
Why can't they go home?
I didn't have enough time to think about what they said. Yes, I haven't sat with yes apparently like you have. Like I would have to sit with the word yes, thought about why they said it, and then came up with a scenario in my head. Then I might get sad. But if I just hear yes, no sad.
They asked, "Do you want to go home?" and then there was immediately clearly a yes. And so my next thought is, why can't you go home?
Oh, that's
How can I help you?
Sad.
My next thought was that was great. That was good evidence because I don't know. I'm looking at it from that way. I didn't.
Yeah, that too.
I could play some like light music underneath when we watch it. So
well, like Ron said, it's about consciousness. So if there's consciousness that exists and we make contact with it, we're asking it questions like, do you want to go home? And they're telling you they want to. Ethically, do you feel like as an investigator you have some sort of responsibility? You know, that's a whole nother. Sorry, Mike.
But
I know this is not
they didn't hear the go home part till after they listened back to it. So would you have liked them to jump back in the van, drive back to the bar, and go save the ghost? Or
they asked, "Do you want to go home?"
Yeah, but they didn't hear that.
I'm sure they did
audibly.
the research. Like, I know they did something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm sure they did the research and they knew what was going on. I'm saying I don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on, Sarah. I don't think you do know what's going on. Hold on a second. I don't think you do. That was heard post-production, like not post-production. In other words, they went back, reviewed what they heard, and that's why the words came up because they heard that said. I don't think they heard that audibly. Like
I think.
Go ahead, Ron.
I think if you play it back, I think Lourdes heard it. I should probably put on the record. She's a court reporter by trade, so she hears everything, and I'm pretty sure she did react in the moment. I know I didn't hear it at that time, but she did. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right. But are you with me? Are you going to back me up at all? Are you just going to play like the film guy? Like, what are you AV right now? Like, what is going on? Are you with me?
I'm with you, Mike. Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
I completely. It's there's a certain human emotion still attached to this because these are like people that you're talking to, so your heart is gonna like beat just a little bit. For these people who are trapped and they just want to go home, whether home is heaven or home is like where they raise their kids. I think it's although the town in the second one was really cool, but that's like grabs at your heart a little bit as a person. Apparently, Mike is not one of those. But
by the way, buddy, Ron's an inside salesman, right? He knows that was a read. He knows that was a read. That was a horrible sale on your part. Like, you're such a caring humanitarian. Tony knows you. Hey, he knows that wasn't you that just spoke. I'm on to you, buddy.
I don't know.
I'm on to you. Go play. All right, play the next thing, please.
This is still the second sitting, so I'm going to keep playing this
ahead.
one clip here, Mike. It appears like there's more.
Have at it. Swing away.
It was upstairs, we heard a banging. You know, who went back chair. Yeah, I heard chair, and she popped into the chair. To get your attention.
Wow.
All right, so stop there, everybody.
Yeah.
So, to get your attention sounded like one voice, like one steady voice had the same dialect, same sort of like just the way it flowed. There was something about that line where that sounded definitely like one person saying a full line. That's probably the best one I've heard in a long time. Am I the only one that likes that one, or is it anybody else?
I like the clarity where you can hear it, but it sounds like it's just a man grumbling and talking the whole time.
Oh no,
like a spirit, of course, but and then like you understand bits and pieces of it. I wonder what he's saying the whole rest of the time.
it sounds like a younger kid to me. That almost sounds like a younger person than an older man. I didn't hear an older man, but
we were upstairs like a half an hour or so before that, and the bang happened in the back of the one room that nobody was in. And so the owner of the place was who asked that question about the bang into the chair. Right. And that was also evidence of Lourdes's hearing that I mentioned before, because she's the one that heard that in the moment to get your attention. It was very fast, almost off cadence, but she captures almost everything in real time. So,
oh wow, that's a tough
skill.
Cross the bear, though. I mean, like, I would imagine having to hear other stuff off time like that. That's a lot to take.
Her career does that. She's a court reporter. She listens at different speeds, cadences, volumes, people talking over each other, and she has to take that down on the record. That's most of us would break trying to do that for half of a day.
So you're saying she shuts you off when she gets home?
I'm saying if I want to talk bad about her, she can't be within 5 miles. Or I'm not safe.
Yeah, you know, that's a good. You could do a good 5 minutes right there, having a court reporter for a wife. Right, that's built-in material. Yeah, that's money. All right, buddy, what do you got?
All right.
No, what do you? Okay.
Yo, what do I got as far as the clip's concerned, or are we going to the next?
Yeah. The clip. Well, no, Tony and his background. That's what I was asking, buddy. Yeah, the clips. Why wouldn't be asking about anything else? But
I don't know. Please hold on. I messed that up again. I apologize. Hold on.
All right.
Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Yeah, buddy. You know what? I can't wait to.
Hey, can I ask Ron a question?
Go right ahead, Sarah.
Yes, ma'am.
Please do.
So you guys have both studied, and just some of the things you're talking about, how certain ITC wouldn't be accepted by the community. Like, have you studied parapsychology? I'm just wondering if that's some of the educational background, because it sounds like it.
I have to a degree. I like to be familiar with every aspect of what could or could not explain what it is we do. Right. And within each of those things, you'll have leaning towards one side of an extremism bias. There are parapsychologists that are very even-keeled. There are some that think that everything is done to the mind. It's all us. We're all creating it ourselves.
Right.
I've had people throw the Philip experiment out as a cause for how you could be creating the voices yourself. But if you look up the results of the Philip experiment in the 1970s, they did not record any anomalous vocals whatsoever. So that's like bringing a bow and arrow to convict somebody of a gunshot. You can't. It's not even in the ballpark.
Better be Rambo.
It would.
You have to be Rambo.
Yeah.
So,
buddy, what do you got?
I'm ready when. So here we go.
Oh, you're ready when we are?
Here we go.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm glad to hear that you're good. You're speaking to me. I miss you too, I guess. I don't know who it is. You have to tell me who you
Buddy.
Mike.
That was so much stuff, right?
That was too much for you to handle all at once.
Oh yeah, dude. No, yeah. Like
Yeah, ADHD
for real,
really
for
took over.
people
You want me
that
to go
are
back?
following along, people that are following along, you just speed readed it. You went and I heard like 800 things said, and then it was ended, and I was like, go back. I totally
That goes
forget
to the
everything.
player. Okay, I'll go back. Hold on.
Yeah, that goes to the player.
Okay, hold on. Please hold.
Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm glad to hear that you're good. You're speaking to me. I miss you too, I guess.
All right, buddy.
I don't know who it is.
Wow.
You have to tell me who you are.
All right, so apparently Lourdes is very important to a lot of these videos, and for some reason she's talking to things that you guys aren't, right? So that's one thing. Secondly, though, she didn't address being called bitch. She took the high road and went around that word and avoided it and was like, yeah, good. How you been? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was pretty good. Like, I like the way she handled him because he was coming on aggressive at first.
We were in a hotel room in Massachusetts for a
bet you were.
and I was running. Well, it gets better. Wait, Mike. I was running it just to check the sound levels and stuff. She just came out of the shower when that happened. So when you said I'm staring yet barely, I'm looking at your face. Sure you are.
Yeah.
And then she was startled because even though we do this, she did not expect to get a response in real time. It's hi, Lourdes. She goes, how are you? And he goes, I'm good, babe. I don't know if she even heard the love this bitch part in the moment because she couldn't believe she got a I'm good, babe response.
I gotta be honest, the way she starts to talk is very like it's like when they use like that jujitsu, but verbally, women like they'll go like, well, yeah, well, let's talk about this topic, like because I think, yeah, I'm being serious because that was fascinating.
She
Sarah?
responded just like you would when you're getting macked on by an alive dude
Macdon.
that you don't want to talk to.
So then why don't we could ask Buddy that too, Buddy? How's that go for you with the loon behind you?
Oh, the loons are really great tonight, Mike. They were out flying tonight before the show, and I hope to see them by the end of the show. But I don't know. They're having their young, and they've made it already. They're taking care of their young. They're flying and flapping on the lake. You know, they're doing loon things.
Thank you. Would you like to move on? Or you want to talk about?
I would love nothing more to move on, Mike, other than talk about my loons. Okay, please hold.
Oh, God damn it. No, you're not. You know, this is going to take you. I'm not going to just please hold while you do this. Sarah, you go ahead, ask a question.
Sure. No, here we go.
Oh.
Look at that.
Suddenly, he can make it work.
What do you want to talk about before you get done? Did you say onion rings?
Yeah.
Did it female say onion rings?
I got a question for you. When you're sitting there the ghost is actively talking trash to you, right? Do you just allow the ghost to talk trash, or can you just turn it on him and start, laying into him? I mean, serious.
I think if it gets dark to the point it feels uncomfortable, or if anybody else is in the room when it happens, we have shut down sessions before if it felt like it was not going in a good direction. But a lot of times, the fact that we're getting direct contact evidence where something or somebody is talking directly to us about us, cognizant of our environment, of us, that we're still enamored by that because nobody's in our physical space that could possibly be doing that. The fact that they can see things that we're sitting on or the colors of our shirts, we have no idea how they're grokking that information. They're getting the sensory input from our eyes into consciousness and then pulling the color from that. We don't know, but they're not in the environment. So
I can't get over how cleanly you think. Like, God bless you. Like, I would get all, like, you explain things exquisitely, buddy.
Hold on, please hold.
Oh, that's a trailer for that. That's a trailer for the documentary.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I brought up Jolie.
That's okay. I appreciate that, Mike. I think I'm writing a fourth book now. I've got 3 on Amazon, and the fourth one's called Memoirs of an Academic Layperson, because that's kind of where I feel I sit. I feel like I take an academic approach, but I am still not a PhD. I'm a layperson. That is one of the reasons why I like to continue to learn. And that is one of the reasons why, since Tony and Sheree got involved with Loris and I, we've made great strides, because he and I have some similar ground that we share as far as thoughts and beliefs and what education we have. And we have some that the other doesn't. And those things seem to throw fuel on the fire constantly. I watched when Tony was on with you guys before. I watched the whole show. He's on a show. I'll watch him speak for hours, because he to me is the same that you complimented me. I feel the same way watching him speak.
So, Tony, let me ask you this question: Did you let the ghost talk junk for how long? Like,
Did I do what?
Like, watch your mouth. Like, in other words, how long do you let a ghost talk negatively? Where you have to tell it, like, all right.
Longest recording I ever had is over 7 minutes.
Wow.
And you just let it spew at you the whole time?
Yeah, they were telling me about buried treasure, so I was listening.
Oh, sons of, you know what? That's the way they would get you to listen being insulted, right? That's a great gimmick right there. We got a buried treasure, but for the next 7 minutes, wait till we tell you about you. Oh, and they just lay it into you? What is the ghost of Don Rickles?
That's funny.
All right. So here is, buddy, are you set up? Because
I'm ready. I can go to the next one. Yeah, Mike.
No, maybe we should work on a sign from now on that you show when you're ready.
I'm ready, Mike.
I know, but okay then. Go right ahead, buddy.
If you can hear us, can you say log 137?
Would you be kind to repeat the log number 137, please? Like that we know you're listening to us, that you can hear us. Yes, we said it.
137 in a row. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was very clear. For the record, when I asked, they didn't do it. When Lourdes asked, they did.
Huh.
And what number was she asking for?
137, the number of the log session at the time. And they haven't done it since then. They didn't do it before then.
Tony, you know where this is going. Why do you think that's the number she would ask for?
Because that was the current session, 137 of the log, that the number of times that they were sitting in front of white noise. So because that was 137 and the night before was 136, she asked for the log number of that night.
No, I got the numeric part of it. my point was, if I could ask for numbers, I don't know if I would just ask for the number that's written on the box over there. I'd ask it for numbers that would make me some sort of financial gain. Is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that doesn't. They don't answer those questions. Trust us,
No.
we tried.
Right.
I'm just saying, you asked it some numbers. First thing in my head was the numbers. I don't know what you guys you call them. You got a fancy name for the lottery. That's what I thought of. All right. That's why you asked it that. I mean, no, seriously, if you had the ability to actually contact and speak and get actual honest answers, they would never they don't know the see, that's weird to me. They don't know the future.
They
Or
might,
can't
but
tell you.
there could be a violation of causality if they tell you, like the time traveler paradox.
Oh,
If you went
okay.
back in time, killed your grandfather, your father's never born, therefore you're never born, therefore you couldn't have gone back in time to do it. So supposedly it's a violation of causality, but by the same token, if consciousness exists in the now, right? Every time you have a memory, it's in the now. Anytime you imagine the future, it's in the now.
Right.
If you went back in time, you wouldn't have any memory of the time you came from before. You would be in the now. So technically, maybe we've all time traveled. Again, that's a deep kind of an avenue in consciousness study that philosophers look at as far as whether linear time has any merit.
No,
and,
I get it. I just think that if an Italian had a shot at going back in time to give another Italian the number, they would try, and they may ruin that paradox. I'm honest. I'm Italian. I know how my family works. We might give it a shot just to see if it goes
Me
out.
too.
Right. But then I'm not lying, Ron. Somebody from like the older days might try it. They might ruin the universe. The numbers, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's not play the next thing because I want to make sure we wrap up on the hour. Get up to the next show. I'm gonna pull this away.
Right,
So,
we'll go.
here we go, guys. So, all right, now, Tony. Last time, it was you. I'm blanking. It was you and your wife, right? Am I right?
My wife was called on for a.
Oh yeah. All right, never mind. I was just. All right. Yeah. I'm
Forget about that bitch.
Stay the course, but hey, buddy. Okay.
You ready? Here we go.
Yeah. Wait, I don't hear. So, adding Ron. What is the adding of Ron? Like what did it bring? What does Ron bring to you? What does he mean to you, Tony?
An unbelievable knowledge of, like he said, a forgotten spirit communication. Ron was probably the only person in the United States who went back to a European method, looked at what they were accomplishing, the length of their sentences, the information that was coming through, and revived it in the 21st century. So it was actually Ron and Lourdes that did that, and they had it working by the time we saw it. What they did when they asked Cherie and I to join them was to move it past the stage they had it into the stage of where Staticom is today.
That was very well said as well.
Yeah.
I've never heard anybody speaking like that once.
And the Rathmans have been a huge asset to moving this project forward. In the year he's been a part of it, I've already seen advancements and quality improvements. So,
all right, buddy. Don't we have? He's breaking me. Don't we have the documentary thing we want to show?
It's just finishing downloading right now.
All right, that's what you're doing. I knew you were thinking. I could just tell by the way you were.
3, 2, 1. Give me a second, and there we go.
Do I have permission to talk to you on my own? Alright, Spirits, I'm gonna do a test. Are you willing to participate in that?
Sorry about that.
Did James Patterson come to North Carolina weeks before tonight? Did he?
Beautiful.
That was really good.
Thank you for showing that. Thank you for showing that. The lady in the beginning was my mom, who passed in 2019. So I thought the emotional side of all this spirit stuff was important to show, because it's always so much about who wants to be known and be famous for this and that. And that's never been what it's been about for Lourdes and I. And that was another reason Tony and Shree were such a good fit for working with us, because they're two of the kindest people we've ever met. And Tony built amazing boxes for 10, 11 years and never sold one. It was always about research. And I went, that's the mindset we need right now. So
I've actually heard that about you, Tony.
Amen, man.
To be that honest, I've heard like in conversation that said about you. So that's a great compliment. Really quick, Ron. When did your mom pass? At the end of 2019 or
the end of January, the very beginning of the year.
All right. How old was she?
She was in her late 80s. I'm trying to actually remember, to be honest.
All right.
Well, not late 80s. I'm sorry, early 80s.
Yeah, she'll get mad over that if you were wrong. Like
Yeah,
if you said
I
late
know.
80s, she early 80s. So my mom passed the day after Christmas in 2021. It's still kind of a blur. Like it doesn't. So that day, I don't know where you were when she passed, but did you feel like that the energy was more in the room or more there for like the first so many minutes after someone passes? Did you have that experience at all?
That's a great question. In the moment, I didn't notice so much. I got a call to go to the hospital. Then I got a call before I could get out of the house. It was never mind the hospital, just come to the house. And I knew what that meant. That wasn't good news. What was interesting that happened after that was for the first time, Christmas Eve was always at my mother's house. You know, the Italians with the Christmas Eve thing.
Yeah,
this is the first year she wasn't there for it at her house. And that year, my father's doorbell front and back started ringing with nobody there. And it continued for months. He changed the doorbell 3 times, and it still happened until he went to a battery-operated system. Then it happened at the neighbor's house after he did that. So is that direct evidence of anything? No, but that's it's a hell of a coincidence, and the timing is somewhat uncanny.
Yeah, yes. Man. My mom wrote in her letter to the three sons, me and my 2 brothers. It actually said in the death letter, it said, "I'm gonna haunt the shit out of you." That's what she said, and she's done it to me several times. She's creeped me out by doing certain little things in a row, to where like, dude, I'll 1 time, 2 times, 3. When something happens 4 times in a row in a weird way, I'm like, I'm being messed with. That's where I feel like. That's why I think these shows have helped me personally with dealing with that other side. Wrapping it up quick, Tony, anything else you want to say?
No, I think that was a good overview, but definitely documentary will probably be out. Oh, I don't know. What do you think, Ron? A couple of weeks?
It really depends. We're in talks with a couple of different places to look at it. One of them we should know in a week where they stand on it. We're hoping it gets good release, good circulation. There hasn't really been an ITC-based, spirit communication-based documentary since Calling Earth, which we thought was fascinating, and it covered a lot of the pioneers, one of whom, Dr. Annabella Cardoso in Spain, who mentored me into this direct radio stuff, is in it. Yep. And we're hoping that this shows an aspect and a vertical to the spirit communication stuff that TV shows have not yet shown. This year, hopefully that'll change too. But
yeah,
Damn.
It'll be an eye opener for the community though, as far as other options of spirit communication, and I think that'll be huge.
Ron, you realize you got Tony playing a little bit of the role I sometimes play, the old guy role, where you will say like about 3 minutes of like information, and Tony will go, "Yeah, well, you know," and it's like 3 lines in, he's out because we conserve our energy.
we do it to each other. It happens a lot when he talks it. I'll do the same thing sometimes. That's why this works. Like I said, we have different aspects of what we've covered or learned in our backgrounds. I've never built ghost boxes before. I come from an operator point of view, like I said, philosophical point of view. Tony's built amazing boxes. If I use a soldering iron that much, I would be high-fiving you with fewer fingers. So we have different skill sets and backgrounds, but it's a perpetual education between the two of us. And you're going to collaborate on something that's a passion project. The people that you work with have to be genuinely good people, and Tony and Sheree are as good as it gets.
I agree with you. But it wouldn't be a high 5 if they were missing fingers. It'd be like a high 4 or 3 at best. Sarah, what would you say to wrap it up?
Well, this is a whole nother level because this isn't just looking for contact. This is the difference between just looking for an experience and research. And I'm so sad. I'm going to miss you guys at the bash because we were all supposed to be going to the Gettysburg Battlefield bash, but our team can't make it this year. So definitely got to figure out a way to get together because I want to see more.
I would love that.
Buddy, can you be quick?
You know, we do this show once a week, and as an investigator, it's always interesting to hear how other people do it. But you guys, this method I started doing years ago when I first started investigating, and then we kind of evolved into the spirit box. And I have an investigation later this month, and I'm going to bring that piece of equipment back out, and we're going to try it again because this is some absolutely phenomenal stuff that I'm hearing tonight. So thanks again for coming on and coming back on, Tony. You're like you're like a gold jacket now.
Yeah, if it's been your 3rd time, we gotta get you a gold jacket. Yeah.
That's great. Tune in live Sunday night at 7:05. Legit Paranormal. Myself, Michael, and Sin, and God knows if Joe will make it from his hiatus in Nowhere Land as we welcome medium. She's a local medium. She's going to be at the Paranormal Party on Block Island on July 21st. She'll be there on the 22nd. With Maddie Warner, she'll be doing a live gallery reading. She's a phenomenal medium. Sarah Gagny, Gallo Gagny. I'll get her name right. I hope by Sunday, and during this live for Sarah.
You hope you'll get her name right,
dude. That's my thing.
Sunday.
Everybody's name.
For Sunday. No, hold on. I'll look it up.
Very easy names, but Sarah Gillu. I don't. I'm sorry.
Don't feel bad, buddy. When I first met Ron and had him on as a guest, I called him Ron Yacovetti. So don't feel bad.
Nice.
I still call Haiti Heidi all the time. So.
Yeah, but I still feel a little bit bad because you didn't even give it a shot. Like at least he mispronounced the gentleman's name. You didn't even. You were like, Sarah. I'll figure out her name on Sunday.
Right.
All right, guys. I want to thank you, Sarah Paranormal. Be ready to make the switch. So let me do the quick wrap up. 4, Tony Rathman. 4, Ron Yacovetti. 4, Sarah Paranormal for Buddy. Money Thayer. It's me, Michael King, Mike Ellis, Legit. Paranormal Clips brought to you by Legit. Podcast.com. We will see you next.